Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I could please ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I love having kids here when we're doing this. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you could please remain standing just for one moment. This evening we're going to do a special moment of silence for an individual that is no longer with us from the Katyville Fire Department. I'm going to have Chuck just do a brief introduction.
Thank you, Michael. I would like to just take a few minutes here, a few seconds for a moment of silence for Sam Connor. Sam was a 58-year member of the Katyville Fire Department, passed away this past Saturday. The amazing thing with him is he passed away at the age of 94, but he was actually an active firefighter responding to calls up until he was 91. So he was a testament to the North Country spirit. So if we could just have a moment of silence. Thank you.
Seated. Thank you, folks. We're going to start this meeting tonight at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Peggy Fay.
Here.
Barb Beaver.
Here.
Charles Costa.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
Rick Collins.
We're going to do one item and then we'll get into our presentation. Resolution 200, approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of July 19, 2018 be approved and reading the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion? So moved. LaFave and Wood. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. So does carry. At this point, I'd like to introduce Aaron to do a special presentation.
Good evening. My name is Erin Pingward and I am the Recreation Program Coordinator for the town. We have recently finished our summer baseball softball program and would like to recognize several participants for their outstanding commitment and sportsmanship throughout the season. Overall, our whole summer season was a huge success, but we would like to acknowledge those players who have been positive role models for their fellow teammates and opponents. Our Most Dedicated Player Award goes to individuals who demonstrate these qualities as well as go beyond what we ask of them. The following players led by example on and off the field, and that is why the Recreation Department feels these participants are highly deserving of the Most Dedicated Award. We hope that this will reinforce positive behavior for all of our participants in the future. All of these players' coaches had nothing but positive comments about these kids. We are very proud that they are part of our programs. When I call your name, please come up and you can look at Ricky because this will be televised for you guys to share with your families. From our Katyville Grasshopper softball team, congratulations to Ireland Ryan. From our Katyville Grasshopper baseball team, congratulations to Rob Squire. From our Katyville Pee Wee softball team, congratulations to Abigail Owen.
All right.
From our Katyville Pee Wee baseball team, congratulations to Matthew Day. From our Cumberland Head Grasshopper baseball team, congratulations to Rylan Steele. From our Cumberland Head Pee Wee baseball team, congratulations to Kobe Love. like to thank all of the parents for our recipients tonight for dedicating your time this summer. Our programs continue to be a success because of participants and parents like you. Thank you for your continuous support.
Before we let you go, you're certainly welcome to stay. All the kids in the room, can we give your parents, your parents, your friends and neighbors that help get you to practices and games a round of applause for all their help over the season? Can we give them a round of applause? And last but not least, you folks know better than anyone. The town of Plattsburgh is blessed to have probably the best recreational program in all of Clinton County, and I would say rival in the North Country. Mel and Erin put their heart and soul into the programs, creating new opportunities and organizing things. Can we give Erin and Mel an exception? We're going to get right into our meeting. You're more than welcome to stay. If not, drive safely. Maybe you might be able to get your parents to get you an ice cream or something like that. All right, thank you very much, folks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Abby, did you get a case for your balls? Keep it.
All right.
Hey, buddy.
Is there anything for public comment this evening? Anything for public comment? We're going to move forward.
I'll look in the trailer.
I'd like to put on the floor a Town of Plattsburgh Town Board Proclamation, a Purple Heart Town. Ricky, I'll read this one for you. Whereas the town of Plattsburgh is collaborating with the Clinton County American Legion to develop a battlefield commemorative gateway that will highlight American Revolutionary War, Battle of Plattsburgh, as well as present-day contributions of our local veterans. Whereas the Purple Heart is the oldest military decoration in present use and was initially created as a badge of military merit by General George Washington in 1782. And whereas the Purple Heart was the first American Service Award or decoration made available for the common soldier and is specifically awarded to the members of the United States Armed Forces who have been wounded or paid the ultimate sacrifice in combat with a declared enemy of the United States of America. And whereas the mission of the military order of the Purple Heart is to foster an environment of goodwill among the combated, wounded veteran members and their families, promote patriotism, support legislative initiatives, and most importantly, make sure we never forget. Whereas Clinton County, Greater Plattsburgh area has a large and highly decorated veteran population, including many Purple Heart recipients, whereas the town of Plattsburgh appreciates the sacrifice of our Purple Heart recipients made in defending our freedoms and has believed it is important that we acknowledge them for their courage and show them honor and support that they have earned. Now therefore be resolved that the Plattsburgh Town Board does hereby proclaim the town of Plattsburgh is a Purple Heart town and encourage the citizens of the town of Plattsburgh to show their appreciation for the sacrifices of the Purple Heart recipients have made in defending our freedoms, to acknowledge their courage and to show them their honor and support that they have earned. Is there a motion to the extent to adopt this? Chuck Kostick, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert.
Is this something we can all make a motion on?
I was going to ask if, with no objections, because it is a proclamation, would you be amenable? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Any discussion? I will just offer two brief things as it relates. We are working on the Battlefield Commemorative Gateway. One of the things that we will receive on this is there is a trail of sorts with a group that helps organize these communities, and there will be some signage that we will receive. The goal is to give one to 1619 and one to post 20. For now, and then also down the road when that other facility is developed, that there be a parking space, provided for Purple Heart recipients. So, it's a small thing, but I think it's pretty rare for a community to have two legions in it, and I think it's just a nice thing that we do this in preparation as we continue to move forward. So, all right. So all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, so does carry. Resolution 201, agreement with the New York State National Guard for training on town property.
Whereas the Department of Army Company B, 2nd Battalion, 108 Infantry, New York Army National Guard is requested to use a certain land situated on the northeasterly side of the Jennings Road in the town of Plattsburgh for the weeks of August 10th through the 12th, 2018, for the purpose of training exercise. Now therefore be resolved, the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute any and all documents on behalf of the town of Plattsburgh, giving the Department of Army Company B, Battalion, 108th Infantry, New York Army National Guard permission to use of said property for the training exercise. And to be further resolved, the purpose property use agreement entered into between the town of Plattsburgh and the Department of Army Company B, 2nd Battalion, 108th Infantry, New York Army National Guard, a copy of which to is annexed hereto is made part thereof and is hereby accepted by the town of Plattsburgh.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick. Wood was a second.
Sure.
Any discussion? I'm just going to add that this, I believe, was done some time ago. It's the old, quote, Keatyville dump.
Yep.
And I would just acknowledge there will be no pyros. They put that in the email. So it's blanks, and this is an exercise. So depending on whether and such, it could get rescheduled or canceled altogether. But it's just an opportunity for us to, serve in this particular thing. So any questions? All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 208, nailed petitioner against the assessor of the town of Plattsburgh, the Board of Assessment review for the town of Plattsburgh and the town of Plattsburgh.
Whereas regarding the above notice of petition and petitioner review assessment for assessment year 2018 of the real property of the above named petitioner in the town of Plattsburgh, county of Clinton, state of New York, tax map number 194.2-29.1, 7182 U.S. Route 9, was duly served upon the Board of Assessment Review and the assessor of the town of Plattsburgh. And whereas the respondent and petitioner are prepared to enter into an agreement of stipulation of compromise and settlement of their differences. Whereas it appears to be in the best interest of the town of Plattsburgh to settle said matter as recommended by the assessor of the town of Plattsburgh without further attention of legal appraisal costs related to said matter. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, in a regular session duly convened as the town attorney, town of Plattsburgh, and/or legal agents of the town of Plattsburgh, be and hereby authorized to consent to enter of the appropriate court orders to accomplish the settlement, and upon entry of the court orders, directing the establishment of assessment as set forth in the stipulation of settlement of the order, and execute the stipulation of discontinuance of said proceedings. And it further be resolved that it takes effect immediately.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Lefebvre, is there a second?
Second.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So does pass. Resolution 203, appointment of Donna Primero of Maston as senior typist in Codes and Zoning Department.
Whereas there is a vacancy for the position of senior typist in the Codes and Zoning Department. Whereas interview for the aforementioned position were held of eligible candidates provided by the Clinton County Department of Personnel. And whereas upon completion of interviews, it is recommended of the Codes and Zoning Department that Donna Premu Maston be appointed to the vacant Codes and Zoning Senior Typist position. Resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the hiring and appointment of Donna to a vacant position of senior typist at a rate pay of $20.50 per hour, effective August 20th, 2018. Contingency on a background check. And to be further resolved that supervisors hereby authorized to sign all documents necessary for the appointment of Donna to the position with probationary period of 12 months. And to be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, the department head, Steve Imhoff, and one be forwarded to the Clinton County Department of Personnel.
Is there a motion? Costick, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, is there any discussion? I'll just add, thank you, Barb, for your commitment to being part of this process. I know that you took a lot of time during the day, so to carve that time out, thank you very
It
much.
was important.
Yeah, thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Before we go on, I just want to provide this, I want to read this email to you. Shalice, who left, I don't know if everybody got a copy of this, so I just want to make sure you hear it. Dear Town of Plattsburgh team, before I leave, I just wanted to thank you all for the kindness and generosity that you've shown to me during my time here. It has been a great honor and a pleasure to work with this outstanding group of people. You have all touched my life in one way or another, and I will forever be grateful to you for allowing me to be a member of this work family, however briefly. I am sure some of us will cross paths at some point, but if not, my very best wishes in life go out to all of you. Cheers, Shirley's. I bring that out because we obviously are going through some transition with some people here, but I think there is a great benefit that we have a positive work environment and that we continue to try to support our employees. I'm sad to see her go, but who knows? We'd love to see her come back maybe someday too. So just wanted to make sure that you heard that. Resolution 204, the appointment of Drew Arthur as a codes enforcement officer in the Codes and Zoning Department.
Whereas there is a need for the position of code enforcement officer in the Codes and Zoning Department. Whereas interviews for the aforementioned position were held of eligible candidates provided by Clinton County Department of Personnel. And whereas upon completion of the interviews, it is recommendation of the Codes and Zoning Department that Drew Arthur be appointed to the position of Code Enforcement Officer. And be it further resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the hiring and appointment of Drew Arthur to the position of Code Enforcement Officer at a rate of pay of $24.04 per hour, effective August 27, 2018. Contingency on the background check. And to be further resolved, the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents for Drew Arthur's appointment with a probationary period of 12 months. And to be further resolved, a certified copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, the department head, Steve Imhoff, and one forwarded to the Clinton County Department of Personnel.
Is there a motion? Costick, Lefebvre, any discussion? And I just thank you for also being part of this process. There's a lot of interviews. So. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. So does carry. Resolution 205, resolution authorizing supervisor to enter into an agreement with Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah LLP to provide legal services in regards to labor matters.
Whereas the town attorney, James J. Coffey, has advised the town board that it would be advantageous for the town if attorneys were employed by Whiteman, Osterman, Hannah LLP attorneys were to assist the town board in labor matters. Whereas attorneys have offered to provide such services relative thereto, and whereas the town is desirous to retain said attorneys for the performance of said services on an as-need basis. Now therefore be resolved, the town board, town of Plattsburgh, in a regular session duly convened, does hereby authorize the supervisor to execute a letter agreement with Osterman, Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah LLP, which letter agreement is to be approved in the form and content by town attorney Mr. Coffey to provide assistance to the town board regarding a particular personnel matter. For the above services as outlined, the attorney will submit an appropriate voucher to the town periodically for audit and paperwork payment completed at this time. The resolution shall take effect immediately.
Is there a motion? Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Lefebvre, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 206, the abstract, 8A-18.
Resolved that the abstract is under the claims number 8A-18, 1513 to 1605 for $317,046.10, and abstract 8A-18A, 268 to 286 prepays in the amount of $1,474,249.46 be received as reviewed by the audit committee. The supervisors hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So it does carry. Resolution 207, Trevor Cole wage calibration.
Whereas the town board has identified and deliberated the need for a wage calibration for Trevor Cole. Whereas Trevor Cole is an employee in good standing, possessing a distinctive set of skills and highly sought after for his experience. Therefore, be resolved that Trevor Cole's salary received a wage calibration to execute the annualized wage increase in the amount of $68,500 effective August 5th, 2018. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and a copy be placed in Mr. Trevor Cole's personnel file.
Just to be clear, that's an amount to, just for clarity. Is there a motion?
What's the clarity?
Two.
No, it's 268, now that 68.
In addition to what he already makes.
Okay.
Yep. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
What, any discussion?
Michael, just checking, make
Yep.
sure. 5th, is it okay?
Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yep.
All right.
Any discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So it does carry. Resolution 208, publish a request for proposals, RFP intended for professional planning, codes, engineering, and consulting services for the planning and coding departments.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh is seeking proposals from qualified registered engineering firms in New York State to provide professional engineering, consulting, and related services for the planning and community development codes department. Whereas the bidders should be familiar with the program's regulations relative to administration, financial management, code review, environmental review, economic development surveys, studies, reports, design specifications, and bid documents, construction inspection, grant applications, project administration on road projects, traffic analysis, water, wastewater, stormwater, and environmental projects, zoning analysis, and related engineering services. Whereas the town of Plattsburgh will rank the response received on an evaluation certification of your firm's process, services to municipal client, technical skills, experience, reference information. The town of Plattsburgh reserves the right to reject any and all proposals and to conduct interviews at its sole discretion. Responses must be sealed and marked professional planning, codes, consulting services, and received by the town of Plattsburgh by.
What we had requested, as long as the board's okay with that, we're going to put the packets out together to push out. The board will be communicated through email forever, but we're anticipating no less than a 3-week period of time. Okay?
Okay.
At such time, 2018, additional information regarding the request for proposal may be obtained by calling the town clerk's office at 518-562-6832 during business hours, Monday through Friday, or going to the town of Plattsburgh's website. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, does hereby authorize the supervisor to solicit and receive informational bid proposals for professional planning, codes, engineering, consulting services to administer and develop the scope of services, and that the town clerk shall post a notice on the town clerk's bulletin board and post it on the town's website. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town planning and community development, codes department office, department heads, and the town clerk.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion? I'll just offer that I think that, we've been exploring this for a while, and I'm really curious to see what type of responses we get back. So I think this is a good exercise overall.
Absolutely.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. So does carry. Resolution 209, sale of surplus equipment.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh has equipment that is no longer needed or useful, and it is necessary to take such equipment out of service. Whereas in a request identified surplus equipment from the various town of Plattsburgh departments, the following equipment has been recommended as surplus, with some being donated from the Air Force Base closing and no longer is needed. You want me to read all of the stuff?
Leave it to your discretion.
Yeah, no, I can read it. 2007 F-150, a 2009 F-150, 2005 Dodge 1500 4x4 pickup truck, 2004 F-350, 2003 Ford F-350, 2004 F-350, 1990 International 4600, 1990 International 257 dump truck, 2006 or 2003 Chevy Malibu 4-door, 1998 Eager Beaver model 20-ton trailer, tow-behind trailer, John Deere 345 tractor with 42-inch motor deck, chain link fencing and gate, portable welding unit, Ingersoll Rand SX 1700 roller, 300-gallon fuel tank, high bay light fixtures, walk behind saw, EDCO, New Holland York rake, sweeper tow behind boom, lefty spreader, Piper turbo vacuum sweeper, 4 Husqvarna push mowers with rear baggers, boom for Bobcat skid steer, Bobcat jackhammer attachment, 4 outdoor trash receptacles, miscellaneous metal roofing, 25 sheets of white 112 by 14 garage door, 8-foot wooden picnic table, 6-inch park bench used in the playground equipment, and now therefore be resolved, the town board does hereby authorize these items listed above be sent out for auction by the highway department in appropriate manner.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Bostic. I'm going to offer, just want to zone in on one particular item. Some of these items are from the old Plattsburgh Air Force Base.
Mhm.
They have been around for a while. And, well, I mean, we're just, one of the things that we've been doing, and thanks to Tim, he's been trying to clear up the back space and go out there and just get things reorganized. So as he did that, one of them, the wooden picnic table, for instance, it's just an old wooden picnic table that the style of it, we wouldn't use it. So, the playground equipment was taken apart and not used and sitting there. I mean, we don't feel as though that's something that
It's just been back there, like, just hanging around?
Yeah, and I don't even know if all of it, because it was taken apart. It wasn't like it was just pulled up and placed there.
I mean, all this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you know, we go through surplus equipment on a pretty
Yeah.
regular basis. So every once in a while, when guys, and Stephanie and others have some time, we go through and we try to catalog and find, what is not being used and do the appropriate thing with it.
And this was a collective effort because even Tim, the Highway Department initiated it. I think the other departments came
Yep.
in on
Good.
it together, which I think if you look at the inventory, that
Yep.
was good to see.
Yep.
That it wasn't just one department, but
Yep.
multiple departments.
Yeah, and they're gonna use that new online tool too.
Right.
So it will be interesting, and again, they can turn down bids too, so.
And explain the process?
Basically, think of it kind of like an eBay,
Mhm.
where they upload each of the pockets of the things, individuals create an account, and then there's a
Time frame between?
Yeah, time frame for bidding and stuff like that.
Is there, where will it be posted so people can know?
I don't have the exact address. Tim's still working the final details. It's the first time that they've done it, so they're working it out.
Will it be advertised in the newspaper or? on the
It certainly will be put on our
Facebook page?
website and stuff like that. Yep.
Okay.
But the online auctions are, it's free, in terms of, is that my understanding, Michael?
I
just want to clarify.
I don't know if it's free or a small percentage. Yeah.
Probably a concession,
Yeah,
okay.
but a lot of the other highway departments and other
Mhm.
municipalities have used this because you're expanding the viewing package
Mhm.
of what people see. People are going here because this is where they're going now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So does carry. Is there anything else for the good of the order? If not, I would certainly, as my good friend Debbie say, not entertain an executive session. Yeah, it's not entertaining anymore. It really never was entertaining. Would consider a motion to go into executive session to discuss ongoing and pending litigation with the city of Plattsburgh, and also to discuss the matters of several personnel matters in regards to employment. Is there a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion.
LaFave?
I'll second it.
Hebert, the time at which we would go into executive session is 6:30. Ricky, can I get a roll call?
Yep. Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Mike Cash.
Yes, there is no action to be taken this evening.